Night Shift, Grizzly Cove, Book 3. Written by Bianca Dark. Narrated by Rhiannon Angell. Chapter 1. Zak really liked the new duty Sheriff Brody Chambers had him working. Every night, since a reporter had come to town to try to make trouble for Ashley, the middle of the three Baker sisters, the sheriff, who was now mated to the eldest sister, Nell, had sent Zak to watch over the youngest sister, Tina. Tina worked the night shift at the bakery the three sisters owned, and since it was the only place that served food in their new town so far, a lot of people frequented it. The baked goods were downright delicious. The sisters used natural ingredients, including a lot of honey, which was a favorite of Zak's, and most of the town for that matter. It was true that bears really did like the sweet stuff. Zak had been admiring Tina from afar since she'd moved to town, but hadn't really had much of a chance to get close to her since they both worked the night shift. He hadn't had much reason to stop in at the bakery while on duty until now, and he was taking full advantage of the sheriff's request that he keep an eye on the one remaining unmated sister. Brody had claimed the eldest sister, and about 2 weeks later, Tom Masden, the town lawyer, had announced his relationship with the middle sister, Ashley. Turned out they were both lawyers, though Ashley had given up a high-powered career when a rat in her New York firm had made her look bad and inadvertently caused grief for her client. Unfortunately, the client had been very high profile, and tragedy had resulted from the poorly handled court case. Ashley had needed to go into hiding from the press, which she had, right here in Grizzly Cove, working at her sister's bakery. In this tiny town, there were only 2 lawmen at the moment. Brody worked days, and Zak overlapped in the afternoon, then worked the evenings alone, unless there was trouble. Both of them were always on call, but then again, since all of the men who formed the nucleus of the new community had served together in the military, just about everyone in town could act as backup if needed. It was just that Brody and Zak had been handed the role of sheriff and deputy when the alpha, Big John, had been assigning tasks according to each man's abilities and desires. They'd all retired from the military now, though none of them were old by human standards. They were all bear shifters of one kind or another. The majority, including the alpha, were grizzlies, but there was at least one polar bear, a couple of Kodiaks, a big-assed Russian bear, and a few black bears. Zak Flambeau was...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?